My thought was when I met Rakul first, I thought ये बहुत sweet है, ठीक है. फिर मुझे दूसरे दिन लगा कि हाँ इतना sweet तो कोई भी नहीं होता है. तो obviously this is a full नकाब. और ये पर्दाफाश होगा 3 दिन में 4 दिन में. जब स्ट्रेस आएगा ना तब पता लगेगा कौन कितना स्वीट है.
ये ना छुपा रुस्तम है.
आप दोनों ने किसी को स्टॉक किया है, लाइक मे बी लवर, मे बी
अगर किया है तो हम बताएंगे क्या?
ऐसी हरकत करना भी गलत बात है. हम बताएंगे कि नहीं हमने कैसी गिरी हुई हरकत की है. नॉट एट ऑल. हाय गाइस, दिस इज राकुल.
हाय गाइस, मैं इधर देखूं, किधर देखना है मुझे? इधर ना. हाँ.
ओह अच्छा, मुझे दो.
अच्छा.
Hi guys, this is Rakul.
This is Pavel Gulati.
And you're watching us on
Mirchi Plus.
Kabhi boo, so kabhi thappad. That is how things are happening with Rakul Preet and Pavel Gulati. Welcoming both of them on Mirchi Plus.
Hello.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
to have both of you.
Thank
and I think
you,
Rakul
thank
is in a very good mood today to promote and all, and she's very happy today.
I'm always happy.
Yeah. What was the one thing which you did today which made you very happy though? कुछ ऐसा सुनकर या कुछ पढ़कर?
4 घंटे सोई है रकुल आज.
सिर्फ रात को 4 घंटे सोई हूँ.
I
That
think.
did not make me very happy though. But I'm generally happy. I mean, I don't have to do anything to be happy.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a happy person mostly.
So basically, how to relieve stress for that
But why
matter?
do you need stress?
हो जाता है.
क्यों?
अरे
When
भाई.
you are,
Oh, there are so
I
many
want
things
to,
happening around you.
No, but like I'm saying, when stress is not in your control, then when you know it's not in your control, see, there are two ways. Either you know there's a situation that's in not your control, then you take stress also. It's no point.
Yeah.
And if it is in your control, then do something about it. Get activated on solving the problem than stressing.
But अभी stress पता है किस बात का हो रहा है? I love you teaser देखने के बाद.
Stress हो रहा है, stress मत करो.
That's a
16 तारीख को.
segue.
Nice. Nice. तो
Nice.
उसमें भी stress मत करो.
Yeah.
16 जून को पहली चीज उठो और I love you लगा लो.
Yeah, because it's
Stress
like
की जरूरत ही नहीं.
ऐसे stalker alert kind of lover को मिलना मुश्किल ही नहीं, मुमकिन यानी मुमकिन for sure है actually, I'm sure. So that is what I'm trying to say, that stress होता है ऐसे teasers देखकर भी, and ऐसे intriguing होता है feeling.
Intrigue होना चाहिए,
Intrigue
stress
हो रहा है.
नहीं.
Stress होता है because you feel there is someone who can stalk you in such a manner, who could be behind
So that's
you.
why you see the film
Yeah.
and then you see what you do.
But talking about the movie, it's the teaser comes across very, very nice.
Thank you.
Pavel, एकदम sweet and एकदम romantic way में, and then suddenly there is some different, turns. So tell me, how was it like working with Pavel and seeing different sides of Pavel, for that matter?
Of course, great. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I think the character of Rakesh that he plays is multi-layered and is actually a very cool character. Now, क्या twist होता है, कौन twist होता है, that's something you'll know in the film, because that we can't talk about. But I feel on the whole, जो I Love You film है, it's a very different, edgy, romantic thriller genre that's not been done in a while. We really enjoyed shooting for it. Even Satya's character is somebody who is very determined, strong, and driven, but lovable, sweet, and I think everyone should have a Satya in them. That's the beauty of her character.
Pavel, your last film, not even Fadu, I'm talking about Thappad for that matter, that was applaud worthy. People loved it, a lot.
Thank you.
So now when it comes to this one, what was that one thing in your head while working on this one? Why you accepted this project?
पहले तो मुझे लगा था कि मुझे कोई ऐसा कैरेक्टर देगा नहीं. Being like how you said, innocent, sweet, all of that. But and I thought that जब मैंने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी थी तो मुझे लगा मैं कर नहीं पाऊंगा, मुझसे होगा नहीं. So I think that was the biggest reason. And then meeting Nikhil, understanding his vision for the film, I fell in love with the script firstly. But मेरे पास वही अपने ऊपर डाउट था कि मैं कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा. I think when we started working on the film, we had such a ball. And our characters evolved while we were shooting for it.
Yeah.
वो क्या हमने सोचा था और वो क्या हो गया, and and I think that's the best part about making a film, where आप कहाँ से शुरुआत करते हो और कहाँ पहुँच जाते हो. I think this was the best example for that. We had so much fun, and it turned out when we saw the film was so much fun. So I was very, very kicked, very, very excited, and thank God for this film to come to me.
But Rakul, also for that matter, आपको Pavel इतनी innocent लगते हैं real life में?
ये ना छुपा रुस्तम है.
हाँ.
I think ये काफी शांत रहता है. I think Pavel is not a very, very talkative person unless he opens up with you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he keeps this layer so you wouldn't know, and he'll show you what he wants to show you. But when he opens up, then he's like chill and fun and like that.
And what's your thought when you talk about Rakul?
So my thought was when I met Rakul first, I thought ये बहुत sweet है, ठीक है. फिर मुझे दूसरे दिन लगा कि हाँ इतना sweet तो कोई भी नहीं होता है. तो obviously this is a full नकाब. और ये पर्दाफाश होगा 3 दिन में 4 दिन में, जब स्ट्रेस आएगा ना तब पता लगेगा कौन कितना स्वीट है. टर्न्ड आउट इसको कुछ बॉदर करता ही नहीं, लाइक शी वाज सेइंग ना, स्ट्रेस लेती नहीं है,
वेरी चिल्ड आउट
है, स्वीट भी है और काम भी अच्छे से आता है. और वो फिर मुझे थोड़ी सी इरिटेशन होती है कि बहुत परफेक्ट है ये. So because I am not so perfect in life, she is exactly the opposite, I think. There's so much to learn from her. And she is very kind to you and to everybody on set.
So would you prefer dating someone as perfect as Rakul?
No,
it's
a task.
Because the problem is problem is that you will feel so inadequate by the end of it.
Yeah.
है ना? You are always the reacher then.
Yeah, you're just reaching out to her like, okay,
तो नहीं
she's the problem solver then.
Self esteem खराब हो जाएगी.
Oh. But for that matter, आप दोनों ने किसी को stalk किया है, like maybe lover, maybe
अगर किया है तो हम बताएंगे क्या?
But no,
ये कोई बताने वाली बात है.
नाम नहीं बताना, but actually में like
हरकत करना भी गलत बात है. हम बताएंगे कि नहीं हमने कैसी गिरी हुई हरकत की है. Not at all.
No. Oh wow, so sweet.
But मैंने ना there was this dog, एक कुत्ता था मेरी बिल्डिंग.
ये सिर्फ कुत्ते बिल्लियों को स्टॉक करता है.
एक कुत्ता था मेरी बिल्डिंग में और मुझे पता नहीं था वो कौन से घर में रहता है, because वो इतना प्यारा था. मैंने उसको काफी बार स्टॉक किया है कि मतलब मुझे, and very very sweet, very
but
very nice.
Otherwise what do you both prefer binging on when it comes to social media? Social media पे क्या आप लोगों को देखना अच्छा लगता है?
नहीं, मुझे कुछ देखना अच्छा नहीं लगता है, मुझे सिर्फ डालना अच्छा लगता है. आप लोग देखो.
Yeah. What about you, Pavit?
Yeah, I watch a lot of.
मैं दिखाती हूँ, देखो.
My Instagram Explore is just full of dogs and cats, basically.
Oh yeah, that way I love watching food recipes.
Yeah.
Food,
and do you try that out?
Yeah, my cook cooks.
But Rakul's actually Instagram account is way too quite अच्छे से बना हुआ है. I must say that algorithms are way too good. The yoga one is way too good.
It's just I handle it myself, and there is no algorithm. I think that is why.
That's what it comes out naturally.
It's very natural.
And what inspires the most is your yoga videos.
Thank you.
That's way too good. I think right now the way we are, moving out of a lot of things, I feel that's quite interesting. I feel.
Thank you.
But talking about this project, I know that you can't reveal much. Sort of the teaser reminds of You from Netflix. Have you watched?
Of course we watched.
I've seen You, yeah. I've seen the first 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons I've seen.
See, then that way it's a genre, right? Then you'll say that if you watch You, that reminds you of Dar. And if you watch Dar, that reminds you of Gupt. Matlab, that's a genre. Every love story is a love story.
Yeah.
Romantic thriller is a romantic thriller. The journey of those characters and the actions of those characters are very different, and that's what makes a story. Otherwise, love story में होता है लड़का लड़की मिलते हैं, कोई एक प्रॉब्लम होती है, फिर वो एंड में साथ में हो जाते हैं. स्टोरी वही होती है. It's the play of characters, it's the drama, and similarly in I Love You, it's everything. There is much romance, and then there is obsessive, and then there is a thrill, there's scare, there's adrenaline, all of it, So I think it's obviously not similar in any which way, because the journey of Rakesh, Satya, very, very different from anything seen before. Yeah.
But have you both been obsessed lover ever at any point of time?
God.
Been across such people who love you so desperately?
Not at all.
Never?
No, thank God.
I think Punjabi mothers are like that.
Yeah, I think parental love is quite obsessive.
Yeah, it's...
They're
you
very
have
possessive.
to say that, they're very possessive, and then you have to say, I'm not a 3-year-old child. Like my mother still messages me, reached airport, taken off, flight on time, landed. I said, Mama, aap ATC ban jao. You know, and I said, if I don't tell you there's a flight, on a normal day, you don't ask me, you reached your meeting or this thing, I speak to you in the morning. What is this with airport addiction? So they're very possessive parents, which is sweet. But yes, I think that's the only sort of
obsessive.
Not obsessive, possessive maybe.
Yeah, it's just a thin line.
But also when we talk about this, आप दोनों ने पागलपंती वाला प्यार prefer किया है या sanity वाला?
Sanity.
You?
नहीं.
Go for it. No. I want you to answer first.
No, please. I'll make
नहीं
notes from your answer.
I was coming with you want the sanity wala pyar, but yes, you've in school probably you've had that love where you feel like this is it and that's the only girl made for you and all of that. वो पागलपंती वाला प्यार. But yeah, that's very innocent in that way. And वो वाला तो अब कभी नहीं होगा, because that was just so very innocent. Now we're all more practical in life, and you know, like Rakul says, we look for companionship is love, and what else?
Yeah.
Guru
No,
Mata.
I was just saying that we all like the relationship to be sane, but yes, there have to be Pagalpanti moments in it. Otherwise, it will become dull and boring.
Very well
So
put.
you two have to be Pagal, but not doing creating moments which are Pagalpanti, which are fun. But your relationship has to be sane. Your relationship cannot drive you Pagal.
Yeah, like basically the relationship should be in a good way.
Yeah, but you do Pagalpanti and fun
Pagalpanti, like
things
masti wala
together.
cheez and
Masti,
all,
you
yeah.
should do that masti. You should have fun.
Not making it toxic, basically.
No toxicity.
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah, that's like trying to keep the sanity of the relationship. You know,
Otherwise,
it's a
why
message
do you
to a lot of
need-
people out
But why
there.
do you need otherwise?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think everyone is super independent today, and you can, you know, fetch for yourself. And if there's drama, I mean, I'm a no drama person, and I feel that life is anyways pretty complicated than to add drama. So,
That's true.
like, let's not add drama.
But do you also feel, Rakul, you know, this question I've been asking to a lot of actresses over there, and this is one thing even I want to ask you. Do you also feel that now women have also become quite like, you know, they are vocal about things, how they feel?
Absolutely.
They don't try to hide or, you know, like, nahi, usko submissive karna like that, you know?
Absolutely. And I think that's great. See, that comes from a lot of things. Women are independent now and they are self-sufficient. Back in the day, they were not, and they were taught that you are going to another house and you have to listen to your husband. Because they did not have the power to go back to anything or drive their own lives without their husband. They were totally dependent.
True.
I think today, over the years, women have found a voice, because it's not about man or woman. I think even a man has an equal right to say what he desires from a relationship, and so does a woman. And I think today that is great, that two people can have that conversation and come to a point where what works for them. I think that's very important. Being in a toxic relationship, being in a submissive relationship, not being happy and being a slave is not something that's
worth it.
That's worth it. You know, life is too short. So yeah.
And that you may be that, you know, very sane person, I must say that, but there's this one insane thing you have done. I really want to know whether you did it or no, is about 14 hours underwater.
Yes, I did it.
Wow.
Not 14 hours underwater, 14 hours in water, shooting in underwater sequence. So, मतलब जैसे
That
cut
was-
बोलते थे, तो मैं 14 hours underwater तो
हाँ, of course, like it's not possible. Zinda रहना possible नहीं, but like you know, shooting for 14
yes,
hours.
14 hours I was in a swimming pool, basically from 2 in the afternoon to 4 in the morning. And there were two sequences. One was a day sequence and one was a night sequence. So only when they were shifting the light is when I came out, but that wasn't a relief because I was still wet and shivering, and you know, so I was just like covered in blankets. But yeah, it's possibly that day of shoot was one of the most toughest shoots, but I enjoyed it. But I know it was tough because my body had gotten so cold to the bone that when I went back home at 5, I couldn't warm myself up. So I wore like sweater and a sweatshirt and warmers and blanket. And then also it took me like 2 hours to fall asleep. Like I just, you know how you just curl up and sleep? That's how I was.
That's very interesting, I must say that. But before I let both of you go, one special message for your fans out there for I Love You.
That we love you, and we hope that you watch the film and say I love you.
It's on Geo Cinemas. It's a
Yes.
fantastic film. Rakul's fantastic in it. There's Akshay Oberoi in the film. Nikhil Majan's directed it. It's a fantastic film. You're going to love it.